Hey friends, I'm Jamie Maddox, your wealth embodiment mentor. I teach how you are uniquely designed to attract wealth. In this podcast, I talk about body mapping and money. Body mapping is a unique map on your body that gives information, instructions, and direction for you specifically. Each episode, I highlight one area of the body, discuss its features, and more importantly, what that means for you and your money. So welcome. I'm excited to be on this journey together and can't wait to see what your body can teach you about money. Welcome back and welcome to 2025. Are you all ready for this incredible year? I hope your holidays were fantastic. And we are starting out with an amazing session today. This is the Discover Your Nose session that I ran the free drawing last fall. And we have our winner on today. She was so brave, so beautiful, showed up amazing. And this episode is obviously going to be very different from my typical episode. It's going to be a lot longer, but I really wanted to do this to show you what a Discover Your Nose session looks like, feels like, what people get out of it, how it works, right? Because sometimes we read about something, or mostly we read about stuff or hear about things and we're like, yeah, that's nice, right? But I really wanted you to understand the transformation that can happen in one session, in 1 hour of your life, okay? Now, every session is so personalized, so specific to that person. So obviously, yours won't be the exact same as the guest, but you will see the things that shifted and changed for her and the insights that she had. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Let me know if you want more episodes like this, if you want me to do more drawings and to showcase more of these. I would love to hear that. And I would just love to hear some of your takeaways and if it was helpful to see how a Discover Your Nose session actually is. Well, hello, Jessica. I'm so glad you are here. And I just wanted to let you know that you were actually the very last person that entered the drawing for the free nose session, which was kind of cool because I offered the drawing for longer than I had planned. And then once you were the winner, it was like, oh, well, that's because you needed to enter.
I felt that. Yes, I did. I was like, it's going to keep going until I enter it.
Yes. And I loved right when after I sent you the email, you wrote back, you're like, yeah, I felt this was mine. I was like, yep, it always works out.
Yes. Oh, wow.
So thank you for being brave and being willing to have this session. And we're just going to jump right in. So what I do is I'm going to be asking you some questions. Then I will be going over some facial measurements because obviously I see you right now. I had you send in your 4 pictures with different angles of your nose, but I also just want to make sure that what I'm visually seeing is the actual measurements of your body. So I just always do a double check there. And then I'll explain a little bit about your specific nose and what it means. And then we just go from there and we see what comes up and find out where you can be more in alignment with money and with wealth. So that's our game plan.
Okay.
So my first question is, when you were taking the pictures of your nose, what came up for you?
I was thinking, am I really going to get the full picture of my nose, or is it going to just look like a fake picture? Kind of like, would you be able to feel the real picture coming out?
Okay. Why do you feel like it was important to make sure that I saw the full picture?
I think in my life, I always feel that my authenticity is not played out fully, and I'm a Gemini, and I have a lot of duality in my personality. So I've had challenges where people think they know me, but then they get to know me and they're like, oh, you're not my ideal person that I thought you were, or just that feeling of I need to come out as authentic, or later on they'll just not believe me.
Yeah, and that it feels like there's been some wounding and some hard things that have happened with those situations.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. And if you see me looking down, I'm just making a few notes so that I can reference things. So, okay, what do you like about your nose or not like about your nose?
I like my nose because it feels like symmetrical. It feels the right size. Um, I don't like that it kind of like has shadows on it. So like I feel like there's a little bit of discoloration in it.
Where do you feel like the discoloration is the most?
Like on the sides, like kind of where the bottom of my nose meets the skin. It just feels like there's a dark filling there, shadow or something.
Okay, so kind of like around the nostril area a little bit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, well, we're going to do some measurements, and I always just think this is fun. So in body mapping, every part of our body can be measured by at least one other part of our body, if not two other areas. So what that tells us is if we are in proportion or out of proportion. Now, in our society, a lot of times we hear that, we're like, oh, I better be in proportion. Okay. It does not matter if you are in proportion or out of proportion, because all it does is it tells us information. So if you're not in proportion, it just explains some gifts or some challenges that you have. And if you're in proportion, it tells us some gifts or challenges that you have. Okay. First, I'm just going to tell a little bit about the nose. And sometimes it's a little bit of a, I don't want to say hard to grasp concept, but as we continue this session, it'll kind of start to make sense. But our nose shows us our value. Okay. So if we're not paying attention to our nose, we're actually not paying attention to what we trade value for. So is your nose something that you have spent a lot of time looking at or not so much in your life?
I feel like I pay attention to everything but my nose. Like when I look at a picture, I'm looking at my smile or my eyebrow, like my right here, the bridge of just above the nose. And it's like the nose is just the silent area.
Yes. Okay. That's actually really significant, right? Because if our nose is about our value and it's the silent area on your face, then that means there's a silent part of you that is, there's a part of you that is silencing your value. Okay. And this is why I always start with the nose sessions, because a lot of people don't actually pay attention to their nose. Okay. Caveat to that, some people that maybe have like a really large nose or really distinctive nose, they tend to have paid a little bit more attention to it. But for others, there's a lot of people that are like, I never really looked. It's just there, you know, and which I'm like, well, we're glad it's there, right? Right. Okay. So the things that we value, it can be time, it can be money, relationships, food, anything that we value. Okay. So it's also the place that we are able to breathe in joy and breathe in life and really let ourselves experience it and allow ourselves to perceive what brings us joy and what do we want to breathe in and have in our life. Okay. So you have a heart-shaped nose. So people with heart-shaped noses tend to make very emotion-based decisions. Okay. And so they also tend to be incredible gift givers because they put a lot of energy and thought and time into what would make the other person happy and what the emotional response of the other person would be. Does that resonate? Do you feel like you are a good gift giver, or how does that sit?
Well, I do put a lot of thought into what I give, but mostly people don't like it.
Okay, interesting.
So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but
Okay.
they say, "Oh, it sounds like you gave me a gift that you would really love."
Okay. Have you heard that from multiple people?
Yes,
Okay.
my family.
Mostly your family. Okay. How about your friends?
My friends won't say anything. They'll just be like, "Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you."
Okay. Okay. Do you feel like the gifts that you give are only things that you would like, or do you really feel like the other person would enjoy them?
Well, as I've gotten older, I try more to put myself in their shoes, but I also have a budget. So I think if I were to just think outside of the budget, I could probably think of something they would like. But I usually get really cheap presents.
Okay. What was, I want you to think, and if you need to close your eyes for this, go ahead and close your eyes. But what is your first memory of you giving a gift to somebody?
I think my stepdad, I remember giving him a pen that didn't work.
And what did he say?
He was like, just don't get me gifts if you can't get a good gift. Like he didn't like my gift.
How old were you?
Like 14.
What made you want to give him that pen?
I thought, well, maybe because he gives us a lot of gifts, so maybe that would bring peace into our lives.
What does 14-year-old you need to hear right now?
That I don't have to change things. That I can. That just being me is enough.
Do you feel like she's hearing that?
Yes.
Okay, so if she could go back and redo that day, what would she do differently?
Just say, like, add a card with it to explain the purpose of the gift, so that it would be clear that I wasn't just trying to be impressive or anything. I was just trying to extend peace to my family.
Why was peace so important?
We had so much trauma, just like we weren't safe. He was trying to restrict me, and it was my freedom being taken away, and he was just abusive, and I wanted everything to stop. And since I couldn't get away, I thought I could maybe change things by making Christmas better.
Okay, I want you to breathe out. And just kind of move your body a little bit. Take a deep breath in and out with sound. Whatever sound wants to come out. One more. Just kind of shake your body. Okay, I want you to tap, and you can tap on your collarbone or wherever. And you can either repeat what I'm saying or just listen as I say it. I am safe regardless of what I give.
I am safe regardless of what I give.
I don't have to give in order to be loved and accepted.
I don't have to give in order to be loved and accepted.
Even if people don't understand my gifts,
Even if people don't understand my gifts,
that's not my issue.
that's not my issue.
I give from a place of love,
I give from a place of love,
and that giving is more than enough.
and my giving is more than enough.
I am more than enough.
I am more than enough.
Keep breathing. I am more than enough.
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 Deep breath in. And out with sound. It is safe to be me.
It is safe to be me
Because I am more than enough.
because I am more than enough.
Deep breath in and out. I give from a place of love,
I give from a place of love,
and my love is
and my love
powerful.
is powerful.
Breathing. My love is powerful
My love is powerful
because I am powerful.
because I am powerful.
And my power
My power
can change lives.
can change lives.
Breathing. My power can change lives.
My power can change lives.
And I love myself.
And I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
Kind of rub your heart. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. How do you want to be perceived?
Authentic and confident.
What does that look like? If you were to show up completely authentic and confident, not caring what other people thought of you, which I know it's like sometimes I get irritated with that statement, so I do apologize for using it. But if you showed up authentic and confident, not caring what other people thought, how would you show up? Like, what would you do differently?
Just have fun and be present.
What does fun look like for you?
Like just being out in nature and probably going on an adventure somewhere.
What would be your ideal adventure?
It would just be running through like this beautiful forest or by a waterfall and a river and going on a hike.
How often do you go out and hike right now?
Once a year, maybe. And twice. I did twice this year. Haven't done it very often.
What are some of the barriers to getting out and doing that more?
When I go out, I feel like I'll miss my chores and I have to get my dishes and everything done. So I don't want to get behind because then my children will suffer and then, yeah, it just feels like I'm always working on chores.
You're not alone. So I want to say that first. You're not alone. With that being said, and I'm just making one note really quick. How many kids do you have?
3.
Okay. And what's their age range?
They're 8, 10, and 13.
Okay. 8, 10, and 13. Okay. And I can't remember. You're married, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. How long have you guys been married?
16 years.
Okay. Okay. And I know this seems kind of like going all these different directions, and I promise it all ties together in the end. Okay. Yeah. So, there's a feeling of like grief and sadness. There's just like this heaviness. Where do you know where that is coming from, or explain that a little bit to me?
Yesterday, my friend told me that she's disconnecting from energy healing. And
Let it out.
she's been a really big part of my life this past year. So I don't know. I feel like she's just doing a 180 on me. Like, she was totally into it, and now she's like, this is bad. You gotta watch out. And I'm like, wait a second. Well, she started dating this guy, and like, it just feels like she wants to try and either I'm gonna go with her or we're not going to. She said we're friends, but how are we friends? So sorry.
No, this is exactly what's meant to happen. So, yeah, let it out. Keep breathing.
And I just didn't anticipate that. It was just a shock to me because doing energy healing work alone is hard. Trying to help people. And on top of that, she no longer values what we've done. And I've given her a lot of sessions. Mostly, she called me and I was there for her. And she calls it prescribed, and she says, there's scriptures that people that do things for money are just doing it to get gain. And I don't believe that. I don't believe I did anything wrong to help her, and I didn't do it for money. I put it out there that people can buy my energy work, but if somebody needs help, I'm always right there.
Breathe out.
I just always want to give my 100%. And if there's not energy work, what is there? There's not anything I could do things, but it doesn't feel meaningful. I can clean houses, and I can, even teaching music is kind of superficial at some level. I mean, it keeps kids happy, but if they're going to learn, they're going to learn, and there's no control over that. It feels like with energy healing, it's more like a heartfelt gift. Thanks for listening.
Absolutely. What it sounds like is yet again you're giving a gift, but the person isn't receiving.
Yeah.
Breathe that out. Move your body a little bit.
This is making sense with my astrology chart. My Chiron is in Taurus. And Taurus is gifts. My gift giving has been more wounded than I have realized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What would it feel like if you gave a gift and someone was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I have wanted. Like, how did you know? This is amazing. What would that feel like for you?
Very touching, and it would feel empowering that I could give a gift to someone and they would receive it with love
Okay, if it feels comfortable, I'm going to have you close your eyes. But while you're closing your eyes, I want you to point your eyes down at your heart. So look at your heart, okay, with your eyes closed. So when you said it would feel empowering to know that you gave a gift to someone that they loved, where do you feel it in your body?
My throat.
What does it feel like in your throat?
It feels constricting, like hard and intense.
What color is it?
It's like blue, brown, like a mucky blue.
Is it thick? Is it thin? What's the texture of it?
It's like slimy and there's a flow, but it's very, it's like in one spot, very it's non-fluid. It is like it only flows in one spot and then it just gets stuck.
Okay, focus on that stuck part. Let yourself really feel how stuck it is.
It's a frustration.
Let yourself just feel
It feels forced.
forced. Is the color still that blue, brown, or is it changing?
It's changing. It's like a lighter blue now.
Okay.
There's some more glittery stuff coming in to cleanse it out.
What's the texture of it now?
It's like marbly blue. It kind of looks like a sand. A sand timer thing. It has a settling feeling, like it's starting to settle.
Beautiful. Let yourself sit with that a little bit. When it feels good, go ahead and open your eyes. Beautiful. Okay. What words are you holding back?
I'm not sure if it's like it says the F word in my head.
Yep, I get it. What don't you want to see about your future?
Loneliness, disconnection.
Disconnection from who?
Everyone.
And loneliness from your family, from friends, from yourself.
Husband and friends, church friends. The internet.
At this point, what do you feel could create that disconnection or is creating that disconnection?
It's like I don't feel like I have anything left to give. Like just this burnt out feeling.
Yeah. It's like you're giving and you're doing it with these beautiful intentions and it's not creating that connection that you're desiring, that lasting deep foundation that actually fills you.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep breathing. Okay, so here's the thing. So you are a very heartfelt person. You're also an extremely passionate person. Would you agree with the passion statement?
Yes.
Okay. Do you also feel like it has been hidden, shamed, and pushed away for quite a few years?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the beautiful thing is that as you start to heal your beautiful passion and you are able to release that shame, it'll actually help fuel your heart and your heart-centeredness. And it will help you to not only give from a place of passion rather than depletion, but it'll help people to receive what you're giving better. Okay. With that being said, it is not your job to manage or anything how people receive what you give. Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that it's not, sometimes it's hard, right? Obviously, when you give and it's not received, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a few different things here. So, okay, and I do feel like it is important for you to know. So these two lines right here under your nose, so these are called your libido lines, and they're your passion lines, okay? And you have distinct passion lines, as do I, okay? So I'm like, whenever I see it, I'm like, yes, this is so fun, okay?
Yes.
So when you look at your face in the mirror, I want you to actually notice and focus on those lines, okay? Because they're going to help you remember that you're meant to be filled with passion, okay? And if you look, they flow right into your beautiful heart-shaped nose. So it's also your reminder that that passion fuels all of your heart-centeredness, okay? Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like full, like passionate life, and this isn't just like sexual passion, this is just like passion for living, okay? Passion for what you're doing, everything, okay? So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like completely filled with this aliveness and this passion, to 1 being like basically dead. Where do you feel like you are right now on that scale?
Probably like a 5.
Okay. Do you feel like it's a consistent 5 or kind of like a fluctuating?
Yeah, I fluctuate a lot.
Mm-hmm. So when you're at that 5, what is it that you're spending your time doing? Like when you feel like you're at that 5, what is it that you're doing with your time?
So after I exercise, it's like I'm maintaining my level of sanity.
Mm.
So it's like, okay, you've taken care of yourself, so now you can just continue giving.
Mm.
But it still feels like a 5 because like I earned this, but now I get more work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So what if you could get to that 5? So like you work out, taking care of your body, you've spent time with just yourself. What if you didn't give anything after that?
I would probably be like a 10.
I actually love that answer. Good awareness. Okay. Yes, exactly. Okay. Here's the thing. Am I saying that giving is bad or wrong? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that a lot of times, and especially in specific cultures and specific uprisings, we are taught that our only purpose is to give. And that's how we become happy. That's how we find purpose. That's how we X, Y, or Z. Okay. And so we give and give and give, and we're not getting the results that we were told we would get. And in turn, we're depleted, we're exhausted, we have zero passion for life. And we're like, really? Like, there's a huge disconnect, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the way that you shift this cycle, okay, so you actually get to stop giving for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. which can be kind of difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be real, okay?
Yeah.
But if there was one area of your life where you could give less, what would be the first area that you would stop giving in?
Feeding people.
I'm assuming like your kids and your family, right? Okay. Okay. So why is that your first area that you would stop giving?
Because it's so simple and monotonous, and I feel like I'm giving to them, but they're not giving for themselves. And mostly what I give them is really simple foods that they could do themselves. And so I feel like I'm enabling them to not take care of themselves the more I give to them. And that's defeating my purpose, it feels like.
Okay. So what if starting today, you said, all right, kids and husband, you all get a day that you are either in charge of feeding everybody or you are all on your own to figure out your own food. You can make exactly what I make. If you need some assistance, I'm here to assist you. I don't really want the house to burn down or to ruin appliances or, let's not go there. So if you would like assistance, you're welcome to ask for it. But I am no longer willing to provide meals every single day, 3 times a day for all of you.
That would be awesome.
I know. I'm like, your face is like this huge smile. I'm like, yes. Okay. Okay. So that is your first thing that you get to do. Okay.
Yeah.
It's no longer your job to feed everybody every day. Yeah. Breathe that in. Right.
Yeah.
Hey, what would be the next thing that you would stop giving in?
Folding clothes.
Okay. Well, it sounds like a similar conversation.
Yeah.
Because your kids are definitely old enough, as is your husband, obviously. And so same things. We're like, okay, so now kids and spouse, now that we have set the new system for our feeding, we're going to talk about laundry. Here's what I am willing to do. So I guess that's my question for you. Are you still okay to wash and dry the clothes? You just don't want to fold them? Or is it the whole laundry process that you're like, actually, peace, I'm out?
Just the folding.
Okay. Okay. So say, I'm still willing to wash and dry the clothes. That part I can do right now. But the whole folding thing, not my job anymore. If you want folded clothes, you are welcome to fold them. If you don't care if your clothes are folded, you can put them in your drawers without folding them. But once they are out of the dryer, you have 30 minutes, you have an hour, you have until the end of the day to get them into your room. Okay, so give a time limit, that they have to have them in their room by, okay? But be like, I'm done. I'm not doing that anymore. I love you, but not happening.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that feel doable?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think they take more control of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And for them, even if there's a little bit of like, oh, mom, whatever, okay, all the whining. Number one, kids do that. Sometimes they feel like they have to do that, right? But there might be that little piece in them that is like, ooh, I get to make my own food. Wait, I don't actually have to fold my clothes. I could literally just put them in my drawers without folding them. Wow, I now have some choices. I have options. You're literally giving your kids and your husband options and choices, right? Which is actually really empowering for them.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're gonna say that there's not gonna be whining and complaining, but if there is, just remember, oh no, they're actually really excited for choices. They just haven't had a lot of choice in these areas yet. So they're just a little nervous about it. They can be nervous. It's all good. Okay. Okay, what would be one more thing? What would be the next thing that you would stop giving in?
I think probably taking care of people on social media that haven't really shown much interest in reaching out.
Okay, explain that a little bit more. So, what are you doing to take care of them? Yeah.
Like trying to like their posts and messaging them to see how they're doing. And like, I spend a lot of time just trying to take care of people.
Okay, so what if for at least the next week you didn't do any reach outs? And if you wanted to like a post, sure, like it. But for anything that you didn't actually like genuinely have it like, oh, I want to like that, you just didn't like it. And you didn't share it, you didn't respond to things, you didn't comment on things. Oh, I can like feel that relief. Yeah. Do you feel like that's doable for at least a week?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I am loving it because as we've been talking about these three things, you've been starting to move, your body's moving, you've had a smile on your face. And I'm pointing this out to you because when we started, you were very not stiff, but very just like you were one place, like you were just sitting there, there wasn't a smile. And so I'm like loving this because it's like exactly as you are relieving yourself of this giving and these burdens, your whole body's like, oh, we've got energy now. We've got energy. The passion has a place to go, right? Okay. This is so beautiful. Okay. So now that you have this like energy and passion, what do you want to do?
Thought comes to my mind, go big. Like, I want to go big and feed the people that are, like, give to the people that are receiving. And I think that as a mom, my kids, reality, when they're asking for food, they're just asking me to be a mom. And I just need to be a mom like that interacts with them, not that feeds them all day. And so I feel more free to do the real of being a mom and being a friend.
But what do you want to do for you?
That's true.
Like you went right back to giving.
I want to enjoy being. Maybe just sit and watch movies like I haven't done in a while.
Yes. Yeah. What movie would you want to watch?
Like a really good Christmas movie or a love movie, maybe. Something inspiring.
Yeah. And there's some great like Christmas love movies right now, right? So this is like perfect time to be like, yeah, I'm just going to sit on the couch. I'm going to watch my movies. If I want to do a puzzle, great. If I don't want to do anything, I don't have to do anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about, does a hike or getting out in nature feel energizing, or is it like, nope, I'm good with the movie right now?
I think I'll do a hike too. I want to connect with people in person as well.
Do you really want to, or do you feel like you're supposed to?
I think it's energizing when I do, but not every day, but like once a week.
Okay, I like that. So let's just set the intention. Like as you start to allow yourself to feel passionate and take care of yourself, just put the intention out there. Yeah, and I'm going to start having one-on-one in-person interactions at least once a week. And they get to energize me because you're only open to interactions that energize you, not ones that deplete you. Which means there might be a shift in who you spend time with, okay? I'm going to put that out there, okay? So as certain people potentially start to fall off or out of your life, let them go with love. And don't allow yourself to just see it as, you know what? They were in my life for a purpose. And if they're meant to be in it again, they will. But I have these new people. And these new people actually really fill me up and energize me.
Yeah.
And let them come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a few minutes left. So tell me what you're going to do after this call.
See, I feel like dancing and relaxing and just taking in the moments.
Yes. Yes. I love that. So dancing, relaxing, because as you feel into your passion and you release the burdens that are not yours to carry, and you fill yourself up, number one, you're going to get the connection that you desire because you're connecting with yourself. You're going to get the authenticity that you desire because you're realizing what you really want and who you really want to spend time with.
Yeah.
And by nature, when a woman is filled with passion and she is taking care of herself, money flows. Money cannot help but come to you because you will be in your body. You will feel alive. And it's like, oh yeah, you're magnetic, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you do get to have some conversations. You get to have the conversation with your kids and your spouse of, I'm not doing dinner, I'm not doing food anymore. You guys are all able to do that. I'm here to assist as needed, but that's what's happening. I'm not folding clothes and not taking care of people on the internet. When they don't show up for me, I am done. I'm ready to show up for myself.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Because what you're reprogramming and relearning and reconnecting to is that you get to make your decisions from an emotional place with passion behind it, with purpose behind it, with the energy behind it of what you want to come back into your life. So when you start to make these decisions with this passion and this purpose, what's going to start coming back to you is passion and purpose. Right? Yeah. Okay. I'm like loving all the movement in your body. It's like, yes, let it out. Okay. Any questions for me before we end?
I guess not. I really appreciate like all that you've shown me because I've really been praying to know all of this, to know like what am I missing and the key to my happiness and my purpose and finding my purpose and things. So that's really eye-opening, and thank you.
You are so welcome. Thank you for showing up and being vulnerable and open and willing to just take this leap, because it is a big leap, but beautiful things are coming your way and they're just going to start opening up for you. So
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Make sure to check back each week for the newest content about your body and your wealth. If you've enjoyed this episode, please share with your friends and give it a 5-star review. Make sure to visit healinghopewithjamie.com for new offers, retreats, and ways to embody your wealthy life.